Good day all, welcome back to South Africa, and this is South African Prepper. So for this video we would like to do two predictions for 2024. So a prediction is quite a fickle thing. It's like predicting the weather or rain. Sometimes you are off a little bit and sometimes you are too early or too late with the prediction. So as a prepper, you need to listen to the prediction and then you need to go do your own research to indicate to yourself if in fact the guy making the prediction is just blowing air or there is some truth towards the prediction. So go do your research. Don't take everything as the truth. Remember, as a prepper, you are informed and you know what's going around in your area and in the world. So the first prediction is about the US dollar. So the US dollar, the world's trade currency, they have been printing a whole lot of extra dollars since 2020, since this thing happened. And because of that, inflation took off. And obviously, when it comes to inflation, you are paying much more than what you should be paying. So our prediction for 2024 is that the US dollar, now the US dollar in actual fact does influence a whole lot of other countries as well. Even if your country don't use the US dollar, most countries use the US dollar to trade, to import and to export. So our prediction for 2024 is that the inflation on the US dollar in 2024 will be so high that it will have a profound impact on most of the world. So it will all of your purchasing power will become less. And you can go read up about the fall of the Roman Empire. So what happened in the Roman Empire is that they had silver and gold coins that they used for money. And as the money depreciated, these coins started getting either smaller, okay, so they are devaluating, or they started mixing the silver or the gold with other metals. Okay, so the coin that you were holding in the Roman time at the end of the Roman Empire was worth absolutely nothing. So this is exactly what is happening with the US dollar. It's eventually going to become worthless, and your purchasing power is going to be far less. And obviously, when people can't afford their homes anymore and they can't afford to buy food anymore, there are consequences for this, and we're already seeing riots in the world and the influx of immigrants. So as soon as something like the US dollar depreciates, you will see a lot of immigrants from the third world countries, because remember now, in a third world country it's already poverty stricken, and now because of the decline of something like the US dollar, those third world countries will suffer even more. So people tend to pack up and go have a look at other countries for a source of income, called immigration. So, and then the second prediction we want to make is regarding South Africa. So in South Africa next year, we have got the elections. Now, as things are standing, you can see that the ruling party are fairly desperate to hold on to power. Now, if you know these buggers, you will know that they are power hungry. They cannot live without the power that they're holding, and they cannot live without the luxuries that they've stolen from the South African people. So our prediction for 2024 is that South Africa will be very, very unstable. In fact, to the point that I believe that we will see big things happening in South Africa. Maybe the final collapse, we are not 100% sure. But the fact of the matter is that as things are standing in South Africa, the ruling party will not give over power. And we get this info from the fact that the way Africans think, if you go look at all of the rest of Southern Africa countries, you will realize that they would rather burn down their own country, like Zimbabwe, and rule from the ashes. That's literally their mentality and how they think. So we are not seeing a very good picture for South Africa in 2024. And this is the reason why people need to prepare. We've always said on this channel, it's one thing to prepare with food and all of the gadgets, but you have to mentally prepare as well, because there are cycles. We are looking at the US dollar cycle, and the US dollar being the mightiest country since World War II. So at some point, okay, that mighty nation, same like the Roman Empire, is going to come tumbling down at some stage. Everything in life has a cycle. And I do believe that we are going towards the end of the, let's call it the US and the US dollar cycle. And then in South Africa, we are going and approaching the end cycle of the ruling party. And this might mean that they will fight back. Because you must remember, in South Africa, if you are an African, everything is connected to tribalism. So whoever's got the, and I need to say this with tongue in the cheek, whoever's got the most power, whether it is power wielded by authority, power wielded by money, or power wielded by the sword, meaning your private or own military. And most of these political parties in South Africa do have a militia style segment of their parties. So it's all about who's got the most power. It's not so much about the prosperity of South Africa or the prosperity of the South African people. It's never been like that. And that is why in South Africa, I do believe we prepare a bit differently than the rest of the world, because we are quite ahead of the rest of the world if it comes to living in poverty and living in a shitty country. So prepare yourself mentally and physically. Okay, so no use having 5 years worth of food, but you can't run up a mountain. Okay, it's no use having 5 years worth of food if your heart and your mind is not prepared for what is coming, because inevitably the US dollar will collapse eventually. If it's not in 2024, it's going to be in 2025. And in South Africa is exactly the same. Once these ruling party members must give away power, I don't think they're going to give it away, because life for them is just too rosy and too happy and too luxurious for them to give up. So this is South African Prepper. Love from South Africa. It's been raining here. We are doing well as a family. We are happy, we are healthy, and we are working hard as ever. Much love. God bless.